Hello, I'm Pinar Erzin, founder and chair of the board at Accucoms. Happy International Women's Day. Today I will tell you stories about some of our female colleagues, our Accu women, to celebrate this day together. Normally I talk a lot about our business story, the things that we went through to build our business. And I'm so excited today that I get to talk about people. Because without people, there is no business, no work. Without work, we can't maintain our lives, help our families and others. So I am incredibly grateful for all my colleagues within Accucoms and within the industry. I found Accucoms in June 2004 in the Netherlands. Our shareholders board consisted of me as managing director and 5 British gentlemen as investors and industry experts. In Holland, there is a law that says that if you own a Dutch company, at least one of the board meetings per year should take place physically in the place where the business is incorporated. So for our very first board meeting, our shareholders came to our brand new office in Noordwijk, where we had no furniture, no coffee machine, no kitchen utensils, nothing. Luckily, our neighbors were office furniture suppliers, so I borrowed a big meeting table, chairs, coffee machine, cups, knives, forks and dishes and what have you to make our meeting. After a very successful meeting, I asked my shareholders to help me carry back the borrowed furniture. They helped me wash the dishes, carry the furniture, clean the office. That's when I knew this was going to be a successful venture. I didn't notice that I was the only woman there or that they were all men. This is not how I think, you see. I believe that the skills and the performance of a person should define whether they can sit at the table. And at that time, I was the most junior person in that group and I was pretty scared, to be honest. There were 2 reasons why we've established the company in the Netherlands. The first was I lived there, and the second one is that the country was a hub for skilled international people. At our first years, I remember we hired more women and we'd talk and wish together that we had more men to mix talent and obtain more balance. Today, 46% of our colleagues are women. I also looked at our customer data. Over the 18 years, we've built long-standing relationships with our publishers. And of the top 20 publishers that we serve, 80% of the executives who manage our contracts are female leaders. During our first years, we focused in Europe and hired a lot of multilingual people. Anouk was one of them. She was Dutch, she spoke excellent Spanish and English, and of course Dutch. She was a lovely person, she learned very fast and was incredibly reliable. One day in 2005, she came to me and said that she was going to resign. I totally didn't expect this, as we were doing really well together. She said that her fiancé was from Costa Rica and that she was going to move there to start a new life. I said, hold on, don't resign. Go to Costa Rica, start your new life, and continue working with us in the time zone that you will live. This meant supporting Kim in the US. Soon after she moved there, one of our customers asked us to support them in Latin America. It was great to have Anouk there so that we could start this new territory very quickly. At our head office in the Netherlands, we continued hiring multilingual people for our market research projects. We soon became an excellent starting point for a lot of foreigners. Our company language is English. It made it very appealing for those who didn't yet speak Dutch. You see, we are a team representing 20 nationalities and 30 languages. Working at Accucoms was like being at a safe harbor. Everybody came from somewhere in the world. Everybody had different habits, different lunch boxes, different styles, which is exactly why no one was the odd one at the lunch table. No one was judged or found different. We are all equals, and as a team, we made each other stronger. Another great example was Eva from Poland. Eva was one of our first colleagues who joined Accucoms in 2004. She spoke excellent English, Polish and Russian. She lived in the Netherlands and she supported us until 2010. At that year, her husband accepted a job offer in the US and Eva decided to leave Accucoms to start a new life in America. After a while, they decided as a family that the Netherlands was a much better fit for their life. So they came back. Once settled, Eva called us and was welcomed back as she joined the team once again. In 2020, unfortunately, her mum fell ill. She had to go to Poland to care for her. We arranged it that she could work from Poland, and she also had sufficient time to be able to take care of her mother. You see, family is incredibly important at Accucoms. Most of us live abroad, away from our families. And we know, like no other, how important it is to be with one's family in times of need. In 2012, when we were still part of Suez, India was the first territory that was transferred to Accucoms. After working together for a while, Rakesh, our commercial director Asia, decided to close the office in New Delhi. I said to him, "Can you manage people from distance?" He said, "Yes, I trust my team, and it makes so much more sense for everybody to be in their territories closer to their customers." So he closed the office. At that time, Chandrima, our marketing manager, had a new baby. She used to travel to the office in Delhi every morning for 1.5 hours and every evening another 1.5 hours. I can't forget how thrilled she was when Rakesh took this decision. She earned net 3 hours in a day to take care of her family and herself. Okay, let's go back to Anouk in Costa Rica. In 2012, Anouk had twins, 2 beautiful baby girls. This was such joyful news, but also at the same time, she had to reorganize some parts of her life to be able to take care of the babies. She decided that she needed to work less hours. So we arranged for her to continue working part-time for several years. And when the girls came to school age, she decided she was ready to work more hours. And she did. You see, we made our jobs support our life cycles. Our jobs flex and extend parallel to the changes and developments in our lives. And this is not only an advantage for the employee, it's also a great benefit for the company. This understanding and flexibility delivers a long-term relationship between the employees and the employer. When you are together for a long time, you're able to build something more stronger, something that you are jointly proud of. I must say, though, that we haven't done any of this as a tactic or a strategy. Our management style naturally evolved in a way that we could support the lives of our colleagues. This is just the way we are. Some of the women in our team are the main breadwinners in their families. It is of utmost importance for them to deliver performance, to maintain their careers, so that they can continue helping their extended families. They know it, and we know it. I know this piece is about women to celebrate International Women's Day, but I really don't want to finish my story without talking about our men who work very hard. 54% of our team members are men. Some of them work full-time, and some consciously choose to work less hours than full-time. They want to either spend more time with their families or invest time into their hobbies and interests. We make this possible. We also have colleagues who, after many years of full-time and hard work, decide that they want to convert their hobbies into a new business. They continue working part-time for Accucoms while they'll build their new project. This way, they support the company by delivering some continuity, and the company supports them back to build their business. Since the start of the company, I had the opportunity to sit at big round tables where important decisions were taken and documents were signed. Most of the times, I was the only woman there, or one of the very few, something I never noticed or paid attention to. As I said at the beginning of my story, I totally believe that we should only care if the person at the table is going to be able to deliver what is expected from them. This is very much how we work at Accucoms. As for me personally, I moved back to Turkey in 2013, still managing our global operations, thanks to the trust system we have built together with our team. In 2020, we appointed Simon as our new managing director. He took over all daily business operations. He was totally ready to lead, and I was ready to support him. This way, we ensured that the way up is not blocked, that Simon can make his mark more strongly, and that I gain space to build a new life. It's always a win-win.